Planet Dolan.
From putting boogers behind a poster to burying food in the yard, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the weirdest thing a family member does. I'm Hellbent, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by Seymour1539. One summer, Sid's cousin and uncle stayed with him and his mom. Sid's uncle asked his mom for something that could help stop their dicks from itching so much. She gave them some lavender oil and told them to spread it on their dicks. They proceeded to go to the bathroom and put it on in hopes that it would stop the intense itching. While they were applying the oil, Sid's mom realized that she had given them peppermint oil instead, which made their dicks tingle. At the end of the summer, everyone caught Sid's cousin putting more peppermint oil on his dick. When they asked why, he told them that he liked the tingling feeling that it gave him. Ever since that summer, Sid's cousin continues to put peppermint oil on his dick whenever he wants. Number 9 was submitted by NotArtoCoto. Wolfgang was playing some Sonic Mania on his Xbox when he got really hungry. After pausing his game, he went downstairs to get something to eat. After finding a chocolate bar, he went upstairs to continue playing when he heard the faintest music coming from his older sister's room. Wolfgang opened the door to his sister's room and saw her completely naked. She tied some old broomsticks together and made her own pole that she used to practice pole dancing. When she saw Wolfgang standing in the doorway, she screamed and slammed the door in his face. The door ended up slamming against his foot, breaking one of his toes. After he told his parents what had happened, his sister was forced to confess. It turned out she had been practicing pole dancing for 6 months. I'm not sure about that. Playing with broomsticks late at night? She's probably a witch. Number 8 was submitted by General Perez 231. Sweet Commando's mom does something dangerously weird. He doesn't know what makes his mom do it, but whenever she drops a plate on the floor, she kneels down and eats the broken shards. At one point, this led to his mom having to go to the emergency room where she needed to get surgery. But despite all that, she continues to break plates so she can chow down on the broken shards. Jeez, your mother's a monster. A momster. Number 7 was submitted by the original Narwhal. The weirdest thing Spinal Palm's 10-year-old cousin does is take all the food in the house and hide it in the yard. One time, he even took the silverware and buried it under a rose bush. It also doesn't matter whether the food came from the freezer or the cabinet. If it's food, it gets hidden in the yard. Now, the big reason why his cousin hides food in the yard is because he feels that all the animals needed to survive during the winter. Our schools are failing us. You know that, right? Number 6 was submitted by Summertimeshines. Doopy has a weird sister. She always picks up on the new trends and fads from her friends and the internet. While she isn't sure how her sister came up with this one idea, it's certainly a weird one. Her sister will eat chocolate chip cookies with ketchup. Doopy stares at her sister like she's some kind of freak, because who eats chocolate chip cookies with ketchup? Back when she was in school, Doopy would always catch her sister breaking off chunks of her chocolate chip cookies and dipping them in a small cup of ketchup. I think we've all done worse when there isn't any food around and you have to improvise with whatever's left, but that's just odd. Number 5 was submitted by Alpha Kenny 1. Gergak's little brother has a habit that isn't only weird, but it's also disgusting. Whenever someone is done going to the bathroom, he'll go in and inspect their poop. Sometimes he'll poke it with a pencil, and one time he even took it out to further examine it. One day, Gergak caught him brushing the poop with their older sister's toothbrush. Later, their sister went to brush her teeth, but tasted the shit on it. She threw up everywhere, and their little brother was forced to clean it up. I can't claim to know their life situation, but I would have solved that problem by flushing the toilet. That probably would have stopped that. Number 4 was submitted by Shady Turtle 34. When he was younger, Pringle would always go into his little brother's room and play with his Lego sets. One day, while they were building something, Pringle watched in disgust as his little brother stuck his finger all the way up his nose and pulled out the biggest booger he had ever seen. His brother pulled back a Pokemon poster and smeared it on the other side. Later on, when Pringle pulled back the poster, he saw hundreds of crusty boogers stuck to the back of it. His brother had apparently been doing that for a very long time. He still has that poster, but has never cleaned it. Number 3 was submitted by Quizzeel. One day, Melissa heard strange noises coming from her little sister's bedroom. She quietly opened the door, where she saw her sister picking her toenails off and putting them under her pillow. That wasn't the weirdest thing Melissa saw her sister do with the toenails. One night, she heard her sister singing. When she went to see why she was singing so late, she saw her sister putting the toenails into the hollow heads and arms of her Barbie dolls. Melissa confronted her sister about it days later, but she denied it all. Maybe Melissa's just crazy, she's just seeing things. Number 2 was submitted by Blue Banana 2020. Spencis has an overweight father who loves to sing and dance horribly just to annoy her and her mother. When he sings, he just sings gibberish and not an actual song. But that isn't the weird thing about all of this. While singing and dancing horribly, her father likes to strip. Normally, if you can call it normal, he would only take off his shirt, but one time he stripped all the way down to his dirty underwear when he thought Spencis wasn't home. Oh, but she was home. Not only was she home, but she also saw his striptease, which freaked her out just a little bit. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Best dad in the world. Number 1 was submitted by Brooklyn Rules 17. A number 1 best in America. Whenever Froggy's little cousin has to go to the bathroom, she'll always go in with her. The reason Froggy agrees to do it is because her little cousin is afraid of going in by herself. Her cousin will tell her to go into the shower, close the curtain, and wait until she's done. She'll even talk to her as she does her business. Even though it's weird, Froggy cuts her cousin some slack because she's only a toddler. Little fellers are just figuring stuff out. Huge thanks to the folks over on our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What was the best thing a family member ever did for you? Let us know on the Reddit page linked below and you might be featured in a future countdown. This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys. Man, I haven't screamed here in a long time. It's better.